Hi, I'm back again. So in this video, I'm going to give you my beef with What the Health, that show that a lot of people are talking about. Some people wanted me to do a little rebuttal. I don't really want to get into the back and forth with what's better, a vegan, a meat eater. I don't want to get into that. I don't even want to get into the studies back and forth, that this study says this and this study says that. I just want to talk about one point, and that is this.
Diabetes is not and never was caused by eating a high carbohydrate diet, and it's not caused by eating sugar. The cause of diabetes is a diet that builds up the amount of fat into the blood. I'm talking about a typical meat-based, animal-based diet.
So the point I disagree is that high-carb diets and sugar are not the cause of diabetes. Okay, that's what I have a severe disagreement with, because let's take a look at what diabetes is. It's a disease of high sugar in the blood. High sugar. Okay, so here you have this condition, we have too much sugar in the blood. And he's saying high carbs and diet sugars don't cause it, but if you add more sugar into the blood, what is that going to do? It's going to worsen diabetes. You talk to any diabetic and you tell them what happens if you ate a carbohydrate-rich meal. The need for insulin is going to go up. The need for medication, you're going to have to take more medication to lower that sugar, right? Because carb and sugar worsen diabetes. I mean, that's so obvious. I don't know why some people can't get it. The purpose of insulin is to lower sugar. So anything that triggers more insulin and you keep stimulating the hormone over and over, that's going to worsen that condition. It's going to worsen that hormone. Let's take cortisol. If you're under a lot of stress over a period of time and you have this high level of cortisol, you start getting cortisol resistance, very similar to insulin resistance, because there's too much stress. Too much sugar is very similar to too much stress, but it's going to burn out insulin, not cortisol. The beta cells, that's the cells that make insulin of the pancreas, wear out when you have chronic elevation of sugar because they have to work really hard. I mean, this is just basic physiology. Now, why the conflicting studies? You see studies with ketogenic show positive results with insulin resistance and diabetes. Then you see studies doing a vegetarian diet, and you see improvements in diabetes and insulin resistance, right? Well, I think the common denominator is very simple. They're cutting out the refined sugars. Yes, they're doing beans and starches and vegetables, which is great. But if you're doing the ketosis with a lot of vegetables and you're doing high fat, but you're cutting out the refined sugars, you're going to see similar results. So what's the common denominator? It's the refined sugars. It's not the saturated fats or the meat. Believe it, a ketogenic diet is not really high protein. It's a moderate protein. So that's why I think you see the conflicting data, and I think you should just look through it as they're both successful. You can be a vegan, no problem. You just have to know how to do it. Okay, so now people want to ask, what's my opinion on being a vegan? I have no problem with it. I have a lot of patients that are vegans, and you can do it. It's just a little bit more difficult because you have to get the B12 from another source, and certain fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A is more difficult to get because in the vegetables they're all pre-vitamin A. But you can do it. You can be very healthy. But I just choose to consume animal products. My body runs on it better. I try to become a vegan. I couldn't do it. So it's really up to you. All right, put your comments below. Hi guys, hey listen, I created a pretty amazing evaluation quiz down below that actually analyzes your symptoms to find the cause, the root cause of all of your symptoms, the most likely cause. So take the quiz now and we'll send you a report.